Hello from the allotment, and I've come down to check on my flowers of my soft fruit and also on the fruit trees to see how they're getting on. Firstly, the red currant, as you can see, there's lots of flowers on this, and due to the fact that it's been correctly pruned this year, there's a lot less rust on it, and it's been sprayed, and you can see the wood there. It's old, a bit gnarled. This triple grafted dwarf rootstock pear tree is just setting fruit today in early May. Here we see another part of the same pear tree where it is slowly setting fruit at the moment. This Bramley apple has come into blossom profusely this year, and although it's on a dwarf rootstock, there is plenty to be seen in evidence, so I'm hoping for a good fruit set this year. It wasn't so good last year, but good pruning and spraying has helped this tree. Here we have another dwarf rootstock apple in blossom, and also behind it I've planted some more so it's easy for the pollinators to get around. I'm so pleased with this tree. This corner of the plot has been given over to 2 dwarf rootstock cherries, and I'm hoping for a good crop this year. Here we have flowers on my gooseberries, and I got no gooseberries last year because I didn't prune correctly. This Dutch variety of red currant produces long tresses of flowers and hopefully a decent crop of red currants to follow. Black currants did quite well last year despite the rain. This year hoping for even better. This is pear rust and is a fungus. It's wind borne and can be harboured in juniper bushes, even dwarf ones, so watch out. Affected leaves need to be removed and got rid of quickly. Bin them. We're not allowed to burn now on our plot. Here we have some germ, I think it's called, and it's to attract pollinators on my plot. Wildflower. This is the first year where I've had a decent set of flowers on my aronia or chokeberry. It's a young plant, and in May some of them are still, flowers are still in bud, but hopefully I might actually get some berries to make some jam. I've been spreading some chicken manure around my strawberries and hopefully get a decent crop this year. This strawberry bed is only 3 years old, but it seems to be okay. With Kentish cob, the female flowers on the ends of these branches, if they're pollinated, are where the clusters of nuts, hazelnuts, develop. The pollinating partner for Kentish cob can be this beautiful plant called a filbert, which is also a hazelnut, or even wild hazelnuts. The squirrels love them. On this triple grafted pear tree, if there is no pollinators around, you can make the job very easy for yourself. If you get your little watercolour paintbrush, you can dust off these little black specks here. That's the male part, you see. That's where the pollen is. You can dust off some pollen, okay, and the middle of the flower, that's the male, this female part that sticks out. It's sometimes difficult to see if you have lots of the male parts. Then you want to brush it across the middle, that's the female part, right in the centre there for the pollen to go down. So I can go to another branch and dust off the pollen. This will be another part of the triple graft. It will be another variety of pear. So you get your watercolour brush. You get a finer one. This one you simply brush it across the flower, right across the flower, and the pollen should then land on the female part in the middle to go down the tube and into the ovary and their pollination, and then you should get more pears. This is part of my soft fruit bed here, and these are black currants. These were heavily pruned, and hopefully with this good flower here, the good flower setting here going along, I should get good pollination and a good crop. and plenty of room for pollinators to come in and come out. Some of the wildflowers that I brought, mostly from Morrison's, have done well this year and hopefully attracting more pollinators. And this is the reason why I've given over borders of my plot, which were very windy, to various trees, dwarf rootstock. And these are my apples, and the Bramley has done superb. The trunk has got a slightly whitish colour. That's due to the spraying that I use bicarbonate of soda, a little bit of detergent, and a bit of water, and this helps to deter all sorts of pests, including ants and various funguses like canker. Proof that size isn't everything. This little apple tree here is no more than 4 feet tall, and only the first sort of 3 feet of it is carrying fruit, but it hopefully will be heavily laden. This pear tree is just setting fruit now, and as you can see already pear rust attacking, so I'll have to remove these leaves and allow the fruit to be set without infection. Right, you can hear the song thrush, and look at my gaps in my strawberry bed. I can put some of the runners in here over the week, over the bank holiday. And my next job, well, there's the broad beans, and they were planted good 2 weeks ago. They're only watering, haven't come up yet. One of the challenges you've got with having an allotment is if you have a neighbour who doesn't manage their plot. Here you can see the problem. Thousands and thousands of dandelion heads, and basically dandelion clocks developing, as you can see. It brings onto my plot weeds, also ants, slugs, snails, and if they come and have a barbecue at the bottom, which they sometimes do, it also brings, they leave things behind like burger buns and burgers, and that brings along rodents and rats, so making my plot much harder to work. Look at these two lovey-dovey wood pigeons. 'Tis the time of year though, isn't it? Good luck with your allotmenting over the weekend, and I hope your neighbours turn up and start doing some weeding.